Hi, welcome to the Dreamjob Get Started questions. These are answers to questions for people who are ready but have some open questions to really feel fully aligned, have all the questions answered before starting the course. This question is about a specific country, Portugal. Will this concept work for Portugal? So it's important to know that the concept is corporate wellness. So corporate wellness means CEOs investing in the well-being of their employees in a company, or cities investing in the well-being of their citizens. Now, corporate wellness isn't something I invented. It's been existing all the time. It's been existing for years, and most companies in all countries do it. Now, it has boomed in the US. Over 15 years ago, insurances saw that they needed to pay too much for people being in disease. So they started giving benefits to companies who would help their employees be less in disease. So when I started like 6 years ago, I had no idea. I never heard about corporate wellness. So I went to look at all kinds of countries worldwide, and I went to look in the US and saw that most companies in the US are doing it, but they weren't doing it in a way that I saw as intrinsic motivation. It was all about do this and you get points, do this and you get points. But from my experience as a marketer and studying psychology, I learned that people need to be intrinsically motivated. People need to do it because they want it, because if you take away the reward, if you get points to go running and the points are gone, well, you need to be very excited about running or it won't stay happening on the long term. So, corporate wellness is a concept started 15 years ago in the US. It gradually came to Europe. I started studying it in Belgium. I then traveled the world, and I traveled towards Canada, Australia, Bali, looking where it existed. And what I learned is that the 4 key issues that I teach in Dreamjob in week 2, when you talk to companies and cities, these 4 key issues, they're not culture dependent. They're not geography dependent. They're human psychology. It's things everyone has in common because it's about creating habits. So what I'm saying is that corporate wellness is about creating habits. A second thing is corporate wellness needs to have measurable results. So whatever country corporate wellness is being implemented in, if you can show business results, if you can show their company, you have 20 people in disease 100 days a year, that's costing a lot of money, 300 euro per day, for example, then you have a business case. So the question isn't, will this work in a country like Portugal? The question is, what kind of companies specifically have problems with people being in dis-ease? Some companies have less, like the Netherlands has a lower dis-ease rate because companies are punished. They need to pay 2 years. If someone starts in a company, they get in disease. So Netherlands is already a bit lower, and they use corporate wellness to attract people, to retain talent. Now, if we're looking at the case of Portugal, the best thing to do is, if you want to work in Portugal, start with a market study. So Portugal, it's not a new country for us. I've lived there, I've worked there, I've researched corporate wellness. Every time we have a new country that I haven't worked with a company myself, one-to-one in corporate wellness, we work with our market research tool. These are 3 presentations of about 15 slides with questions. For example, we did it in the UK a couple of months ago, and just by doing this study, after 2 weeks, our digital nomad who was doing this study got a job in corporate wellness because she understood the concept. So if you are in a new country like Portugal, like Sweden, Norway, ask me what country you're in. We'll give you the market research, and we do an exchange for you to work on this research. So if you're in a new country, ask me, hey, have you worked one-to-one with companies? If we haven't, we always do an exchange in how to study the market, have a look. And for example, in the UK, from the 8,000 companies that needed it, only 7,750 did not have a corporate wellness manager yet. So that was super clear, easy to get a job, and that's how it's done. So what can happen? Let's say you do the market study and you see Portugal, there's 0 companies needing this, which is impossible, because every company has the same issues, because we're all humans, we have the same way of how the brain works, then we can help you redirect to another country. And neighbor countries, for example, we have statistics from Spain, and then we can help you find a customer in Spain and working nomadically. So that's the answer to what in how will corporate wellness work in this country or this country. It's not really that country dependent. It's dependent on the need of the businesses that are in the country. So if you're in a country like with Lisbon, who has a lot of big companies, more than 200 people, and they're having challenges with people in disease, it's costing them money and they need this right now. So again, if this is your question, book a 15-minute call with me. It's important to have your last questions answered. We'll have a look at what country you are in. I'll share with you the 3 presentations with 15 questions, and then you can get started with the research, and we can get started together coaching and getting you your dream job in corporate wellness.